This is EB3, speaking the truth in love, and I just come on for a few minutes to give you guys a word of encouragement. So I was thinking about, I guess, about just about life in general. There are some people that's in your life who is there to make you or help you grow. And it's not always the people that's making your life easy that helps you grow, but sometimes it's the people that make your life difficult help you grow. Those things, those difficult people, the people that cause you to question your walk sometimes. I, and I want you to listen to it because sometimes we blame everything on the devil, and sometimes maybe those people are allowing the devil to use them, but at the same time, those people are being allowed to cause you to grow in your faith, cause you to grow in character, meaning that you learn how to deal with difficult people and love them in spite of their difficulties. And that matures you. Um, and it matures you emotionally, but most of all, spiritually. See, when we are walking in faith with God on a day-to-day basis, we're getting in our word, we're asking God to help us to mature in Him, and we're asking God to keep us in our most holy faith. We're wanting to, as the song say, become closer and closer to God. Be more of you and less of me. When you are sincere with God, He will allow some things, and sometimes those things are people to come in and not disturb, not destroy you, but to help build your character. Sometimes it's to reveal what's in there, what you need to work on. Like if you don't have any patience, probably going to give you some people in your life that will give you some patience, one way or the other. Um, we often think about trials and tribulations as something that's a hindrance or a curse or something of the negative. But oftentimes it's in those times, in your trying times, when you're dealing with difficult people, when you have a illness or when you have a crisis, those are the times that we tend to grow because for number one, we realize that we have to depend more and more on God. And so I just want to encourage you all that no matter what it looks like, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult that person is, I want you to think about what it is that's about you that's causing you to have to deal with this person. I ask myself that often because I have a person that's in my life, y'all. I'm telling you, and when I say this, I'm just being as honest as I can be. Um, I have tried to get rid of this person. It's in my work. It's in my work life. It's like no matter. I'm a. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. Look, there's a person. Like I said, I have tried my best to get rid of this person. But what I mean by that is, I transfer that person. I've tried to, um, just separate. Because some people that I've transferred over the years. Let me go back. I've been in management for now. It'd be, I'll say 13 years altogether. uh, 12 years. I've been in management 12 years. 10 years, yeah, 10 years as a foreman and 2 years, 2.5 years as a general foreman. So first line management, and then now I manage managers. I had a crew, now I manage managers, right? So over the years, there's just one particular person that very difficult to deal with, very difficult. And for most part, I'm a pretty patient person. Um, I give a lot of grace because I realize that I've been given a lot of grace down through the years as an apprentice. When I was growing up in the shipyard, I was given a lot of grace. I've always been the kind of person that works hard. I will follow instructions, but I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder as a young person. So I was a little hot headed. So that's why I say I was given grace. I may have been given grace because I would work and I would do the best that I could do. But when I felt like somebody was, you know, trying to pull my strings, hey, they were pulled. But I said all that to say this one particular person, down through the years, I have constantly tried to get rid of that person. But it's like they be gone for 6 months, they be gone for a year or whatever. But some kind of way they're back in my life. And I am not one to call nobody's name because they're not the worst person in the world. It's just that every so often we clash. And if I get to where I'm going to be pulled out of my, if I get to where I'm going to be pulled out of my character, a lot of times I just want to not be done. I just want to be done with the person. But what I've learned is you have to face those people. You have to face that spirit that's in that person. And you have to understand that it's the spirit and not the person. I used to say that, but now over the years, I really believe that there are people that are placed in your life. They're helping you to build your character, and they're also building you, helping you to build for the future. In other words, at some point, there must be a calling on your life to deal with difficult people. So you have to be able to get through that first stage. And if you don't get through that first stage, you will take that test over and over and over again until you get to where you're supposed to be. But also, you may be the only person that shows that difficult person the love of Jesus Christ. Because over the years, even though they're difficult, these last few years, I've seen um, a lot of change in myself, but I've also seen some growth in that person. At one time, they were so defensive. This person was just so defensive till, I couldn't hardly say anything to them. And when I feel like I can't talk to a person, I'm not getting through to a person, I want to just say, I'm done. I'm putting you in the hands of the Lord and I'm done. But I've learned that that was not what God wanted me to do. God wanted me to show them that mercy and that grace that they need, because hurt people, right? And so we have to, as Christians, we have to be able to look beyond the hurt, look beyond even them hurting our feelings, even them getting on our last nerve. We have to be able to look beyond that. And just like Jesus saw our needs, we have to come to a place where we can see the needs of the other people, because at the end of the day, the Bible says that we have to be wise as a serpent, but innocent as a dove. The Bible says that our words need to edify and other build up. And the Bible tells us that God drew us with love and kindness. And so therefore we need to show love and kindness to others, right? So um even though it has been difficult and the difficult times of when even I'm trying to get over some things, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I see the maturity. I see me being more patient. I see me being having more empathy and sympathy for others, and less judgmental, but more concerned about the soul of the person versus uh, I would say my own feelings. Even though my feelings do come in sometimes, and again, that is why I believe that person is in my life. So I can show them the love of Jesus Christ, but so those things that are in me that need to be dealt with can be dealt with. And God will be able to use me in a more uh in a more way on a bigger platform. So anyway, I said all that to encourage you guys. If you're going through something and it seems like it's like a merry-go-round or like you're a hamster on just going around and around and around, be mindful of the fact that it just may be that is a situation that is going to grow you up in your most holy faith. Get those things out of you, that those character flaws that are in you that is not like God, and bring you closer to him. But also in the midst of it, bring somebody else to Christ. So be encouraged, stay prayed up, stay in the faith, stay focused on what your calling is, and learn the lesson. Be blessed, be a blessing, and I am out.